Hello, 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 and welcome to this channel. So glad you decided to stop by. And while you're here, you might as well join the family. You might as well click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and share this with people. Because today's topic is something that I'm pretty sure we all use, and that is the ride share, also known as Uber and Lyft. I use this service, especially when I need to be in one place and my daughter needs to be in another place. I use Uber Lyft quite often, but I'm also a part time driver for both of the services. And I have been doing that for over 4 years now. I love it. I love the flexibility of it. I don't have to let people know when I'm going to show up. I don't have to let them know when I'm leaving. I don't have to put myself on a schedule. I work around my own time. I'm able to get paid either weekly or I could get paid that very day. It really doesn't matter. And I love the flexibility of the job. So, as a Uber or and Lyft driver, I've had some experiences, but nothing too bad. I believe that's my number one question that I get from people is, "Oh my goodness, you've been driving that long. How many horror stories do you have?" And I can truly say that I have been blessed. I have not had any horror stories, and God knows I stay ready for anything because you just never know. But the good thing about Uber and Lyft, the rideshare, and all of these courier companies is that there's no money transactions. And this is what I have to tell my family because they stay worried. They don't quite understand it. And I'm like, there's no money exchanged unless there's a tip. Unless somebody gives you a cash tip. There's no money exchange. The ride is already paid for. So I do love the flexibility. I love making my own schedule. I love being my own boss. And it also gives you an opportunity to do other things and pursue other things as well. But let me go ahead and just tell you about one or two stories that I have experienced. And also, I want to let you know of some etiquette that you should try to practice when riding for Uber or Lyft or any type of rideshare company. Things that you may want to consider and just common courtesy and common etiquette. So, really haven't had any horror stories, like I said, but I did have an incident a few months ago where I was driving late one Saturday night. The bars had closed. It was about 2 a.m. Received a notification that I had a rider at this particular club slash bar. When I get there, there are two females waiting. One of the females was so intoxicated that she was actually laying on the cold concrete ground outside of the club waiting for someone. She probably wasn't even waiting, she was just out of it. But her friend girl was right there. She was intoxicated, but not to that extent. So when I pulled up, it took them a while to actually get the birthday girl off the ground. Some gentlemen came over to help. They got her in the car on the ride. They were riding, maybe it was probably about a 30-minute drive from the pickup to their final destination. So that's a pretty lengthy ride as you're praying that nobody throws up in your car. So we're riding. I have the one that was on the concrete, which we're going to call her the birthday girl. The birthday girl was in the back seat, passed out, spread all the way out, meaning that the other passenger, the friend, had to sit in the front with me. And we're having a good conversation. Of course, I have my neo soul or my R&B playing, whatever I was playing. We were grooving, we were talking, and as we arrived to her destination, her boyfriend was waiting on them to come. The friend girl had to actually be assisted out of the car. And as she was getting out of my car, she started to regurgitate. And the majority of it got on the ground, but there still was some that was left that we really couldn't see because it was so dark and we were at the end of the driveway. So They go inside, they get their cleaning supplies. Now, me, I stay ready. I have my Lysol that I spray down each and every ride after each passenger because I don't play with germs. I have my wipes. I have my Febreze. I have my paper towels. I have I have it all. I have my lotion, my hand sanitizer. I don't play. And I was driving during the pandemic as well. I don't play when it comes down to germs and other people bodily fluids. So the boyfriend goes inside. Tries to help to clean out the car. For what we could see at the time, it looked like everything had been cleaned up. It wasn't a whole lot. It was just, just some like you barely made it outside of the door, but still you have splatters and stuff. I'm not gonna get too graphic, but anyway, we thought that we had cleaned it. Well, the friend girl, the passenger who sat in the front, she said, "This is quite an inconvenience for you. It's very late at night, and I'm going to shoot you $40." She was like, "What's your Cash App information? I'm going to send you $40." And I was like, "Cool, no problem." Gave her my Cash App information, and she said, "I'll um send over the money as soon as I can." It's like, cool. Went on about my way, resprayed as I'm backing out, resprayed the car again. And Sunday came, no response. I said, well, maybe she got a hangover. Maybe she, whatever the case may be. So Monday came, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, Thursday night, I'm like, oh no, she ain't sent me my money yet. So what I did was I went and I filed a claim with Uber. I sent over some pictures and I got my money. As a matter of fact, it would have been better for her to give me some money to clean my car because Uber charged her $150 that came directly to me. As a result of you not keeping your word, as a result of you not being responsible for your intoxication or your friend's intoxication. So I got my money. I got my car professionally cleaned and I went on about my day. Second incident, went to a bar. The waitress came outside. The waitress was actually waiting with the customer. And she said, I just wanted to give you a heads up that this is one of our great customers, but they've had a lot to drink tonight. And I just thought I needed to tell you and wanted to tell you just so don't get offended of anything he says. He's, drunk. So I said, okay, I had the windows down. I cracked the windows on each side because I know the air saves lives when you've been drinking. So I had the air down. And as we were going towards his home, we started to have a conversation. He's drunk now, and he says some racist things. Now, the old Kimberly, and when I say the old Kimberly, she's not that far away, but the old Kimberly would have gotten off the clock with him in the car, would have went to some places that I know some people, would have went to some places that I know we wouldn't have had that problem anymore. But since I am growing in Christ, since I am trying to do better, I said, well, let me take this instead of making this a negative experience. Let me make this a positive experience. By the time I got through breaking history down to this man, by the time I got through letting him know who I am and what you say don't hurt me because I know who I am. When I pulled up to his house, he was sober. He continued to talk. And I mean, his whole demeanor changed. By the time I got through with him, he did not want to get out the car. He wanted to ride. He wanted to continue the conversation. So those were just two things that I could just think of really, really quickly that came up. I don't leave home without knowing that I'm well protected, and that's with prayer. And also, don't make me reach for anything. They don't make me feel like I gotta reach for anything while we're in the car. And thank goodness that you have, you take your safety measures. I'm not going to say too much, but I take my safety measure and I take my safety very seriously because I got to come home. I'm a single mama. I got to come home. and I'm coming home. If it's the Most High's will, I'm coming home. But there are some things that you can do as a rider. Now that I do ride, like I said, I ride for Uber and Lyft. Sometimes I may be out on a trip and I need to pick up my daughter from school or from a destination and I can't get to her right now. I'll call while I may be on the call. I'll call an Uber and Lyft and have her to come and pick her up. It saves time. So I understand the importance of this ride share business. But leave a tip for your driver. If you have had a clean car, if you have had a good conversation, if you have had um, just a pleasant experience, a pleasant ride, don't be ashamed to leave a tip. You can leave a tip on the card or you can leave a cash tip. Make sure you look out for people who are looking out for you and making sure that you're getting to your destination safely. Second of all, make sure you order the right size car. Now, I have a compact car, and my compact car is great on gas. It is perfect for this type of venture. But I don't want to, I'm not hauling 5 people in my compact car. I feel like if you have more than 3 people with you in your party, you need to get a bigger car. And this is especially for college students. I mean, on Friday, Saturday night, when they're going to their fraternity parties, when they're going to their parties, when they're going to their games, when they're doing whatever college students do, they all want to cram in to one car so you can take them about 5 or 10 minutes up the road and they all want to sit on top of each other. No, we're not doing that. You all should have ordered a larger car for not only safety reasons, but I need my space. I really don't like anyone sitting in my front seat. I feel like the front is me. I want to be able to put my Lysol, my disinfectant, my Febreze. I might have my snacks. If I'm gonna be out for a few hours, I want my stuff in the front seat. I want elbow room. Yeah, everybody else can sit in the back of me and enjoy yourself quietly. But I need my front. But if sometimes I do comply and sometimes I will, let somebody sit in the front seat, but they can tell that I don't like it when I have to move my stuff in order for your party to fit. So if you know that you have more than 3 people, order a larger car. Don't try to cram all of your party into a smaller car. That's inconsiderate. We have to get brakes more often. We have to get shocks more often. We have to get oil changes and tune-ups more often than the regular car. So please be considerate. And if you don't know how to do that, I can help you. Yes, I can. But as for me, I have 5 stars. I keep a 5-star rating. I'm platinum on one app and I'm diamond on the other one. I have very good reviews from customers saying that they love the smell of my car, they love the music in my car, they love the conversation. And so it's really just a journey that you get to meet different people and you don't know who may affect you in a positive way and you don't know who you can affect in a positive way. So these are just some tips that you can share with other people because there needs to be a video on rideshare etiquette. I mean, ask before you want to eat in the car. Ask if you're trying to vape, which is a no-no or whatever. Just ask before you do something that's outside of a normal ride. That's all I have to say. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, hit up the notification bell. I talk about everything. I talk about things that they don't talk about pretty much. I'm just a real person. Ordinary. I'm just ordinary people. But I know which way to go. So, hit the thumbs up and I will see you the next time. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment or in the description box and I'll try to answer it as soon as I can. Until next time.